Your person was deeply stuck in their ego, and that was the main reason they resisted this connection with you for so long. Instead of embracing what their heart and intuition were trying to tell them, they chose to push it away. It was almost as though they were intentionally ignoring the truth that kept surfacing inside them. Their inner voice whispered that this bond was meaningful, that it carried a depth unlike anything they had experienced before, but fear clouded their vision. They had spent so much of their life building walls made from insecurities, past disappointments, and heartbreak, that they believed those walls were protecting them. In reality, those barriers only held them back from fully experiencing love. The fear of vulnerability weighed heavily on them, and the idea of opening up to you felt terrifying because it meant exposing the wounds they had tried so hard to hide. Their past experiences with love and relationships were not filled with happiness or trust. Instead, they carried painful memories of being let down, betrayed, or abandoned. These experiences shaped the way they viewed intimacy and connection, convincing them that true love always came with loss, hurt, or disappointment. Because of this, they adopted a mask of coldness. To others, they may have seemed distant, unbothered, or even rude, but this was only a defense mechanism. Behind that exterior was someone who desperately craved love but did not know how to receive it without feeling threatened. And so, even when life continued to show them signs of you, gentle nudges from the universe reminding them that this connection was real, they still tried to run. Your presence in their life stirred something powerful within them. On the surface, they may have tried to deny it, but at a soul level, they could not ignore it. This relationship triggered parts of them they had kept buried for years. Old wounds resurfaced, wounds of not being good enough, of fearing rejection, of questioning whether they were worthy of genuine love. It was never about you being wrong for them. In fact, they always knew you were someone pure, gentle, and genuine. But the energy between you two was so strong, so intense, that it became like a mirror. You both reflected one another's shadow sides, forcing hidden emotions and unresolved pain to rise to the surface. Instead of embracing the healing this connection offered, they ran from it, convinced that facing those shadows would break them. Yet, throughout all of this, the universe never abandoned them. Time and time again, signs and synchronicities were placed in their path, reminders to raise their vibration, to step into courage, and to align with their higher self. But as long as they chose ego and fear over love and faith, they resisted. It was only when you stopped chasing, when you finally surrendered and let them go, that they began to see things clearly. That moment of silence, when you no longer poured your energy into convincing them of what you felt, shook them in a way nothing else could. Suddenly, they were faced with the reality of your absence, and only then did they realize how much you truly meant to them. Your love, care, and presence were never ordinary. These were not things that could be replaced or replicated. They came to understand that no material possessions, no temporary distractions, and no surface-level connections could fill the void that losing you created. All the people around them who pretended to care, all the superficial interactions they entertained, none of it could compare to the depth of what you offered. In your presence, they had felt something authentic, something their soul recognized as real. Losing that only highlighted the emptiness of everything else they had been clinging to. As you became more quiet, more reserved, and withdrew your energy, it forced them to confront themselves. They could no longer escape the truth of what they felt for you, nor could they deny the guidance pulling them toward healing and growth. The illusions they had been hiding behind started to crumble, leaving them face to face with the love they had tried so hard to resist. Now, they are being guided to step forward with strength and courage. The universe is urging them to break free from fear and to embrace this love wholeheartedly. This connection is not here to destroy them, but to transform them. It has always been about growth, healing, and stepping into a higher version of themselves. They are beginning to realize that the love they share with you is not something ordinary, it is divinely orchestrated. It carries lessons, depth, and a chance to build something sacred. For so long, they believed that vulnerability meant weakness, but now they are starting to see it as strength. Loving you does not diminish them, it elevates them. Opening their heart does not mean they will be broken, it means they will finally experience the wholeness that love brings. They are beginning to understand that the very walls they built to protect themselves have only kept them from the one thing they truly longed for, a real, soul-deep connection. Your silence, your strength, and your decision to step back became the very catalysts for their awakening. What once felt like a game of running and chasing has transformed into a moment of clarity. They now see your worth in a way they never fully allowed themselves to before. The love you offered was not just a fleeting feeling, it was a gift, one that touched their soul in ways nothing else ever could. In this new awareness, they are being called to embrace this love with courage, to let go of fear, and to honor what they feel for you. It is no longer about resistance, but about acceptance. No longer about running, but about standing still and choosing love. Because now, they know, your presence in their life is irreplaceable, your love is unmatched, and this connection is not something they can escape, it is something they are meant to embrace. My love, please don't ever take my silence as ignorance, nor let it make you feel as though I don't care for you. Nothing could be further from the truth. My silence has never been because of indifference, but rather because of my own shortcomings in expressing what's inside my heart. I need you to know that I love you deeply, more than words can ever capture, and I need you in my life. You are precious to me in a way that no one else has ever been. From the very beginning, being in your presence made me feel alive in a way I never knew was possible. Your energy, your love, and the light you bring into my life awakened something in me that I had long forgotten, something pure and beautiful. And yet, despite that, I have hurt you. I carry deep regret for the moments when I let my pain and fears spill over onto you. There were times I lashed out, not because of anything you did, but because I was triggered by old wounds I had not healed. It was never your fault, and I see that now with painful clarity. I was irresponsible, immature, and blind. For too long, I was the kind of person who would blame others for my problems instead of taking responsibility for my own actions. That weakness caused me to wound the one person who has loved me most, and I cannot express enough how sorry I am for the hurt I have caused. These past few days, I have been overwhelmed by the depth of love I feel for you. It has been intense, almost overwhelming, to realize just how much you mean to me. At the same time, I have been confronted with the reality of how much pain you've endured because of my prideful and harsh behavior. I can see now how my words, my reactions, and my arrogance cut you deeply. You didn't deserve that. You deserved patience, gentleness, and understanding, but instead, I gave you anger, defensiveness, and pride. For every misunderstanding, for every harsh word I spoke, I am truly sorry. I recognize that I treated you in the way others had treated me in the past. Instead of breaking that cycle, I repeated it and poured the same pain onto you that had once been poured onto me. In doing so, I betrayed not only your trust but also the love we shared. I know I have manipulated your emotions at times, and I see now that I even tried to control you. That was wrong, and I am ashamed of those actions. But the truth is, everything I did, however toxic it may have been, was born out of fear. I was terrified of losing you. I was so desperate to keep you close that I tried to hold on too tightly, and in doing so, I pushed you away. Looking back now, I see how unhealthy I had become in my behavior. I see the toxicity in the way I acted, and I finally understand the weight you had to carry because of me. And yet, what amazes me most is how strong you have been through it all. Despite my flaws and my failures, you handled me with grace, patience, and strength. You didn't give up on me, even when I gave you so many reasons to. For that, I will always be grateful. I don't deserve the strength and love you've shown, but I promise I will work to become the kind of partner who is worthy of it. I am preparing myself to be completely honest with you, to come clean about everything I've hidden or run away from. I don't want to run anymore. I don't want to hide behind excuses or let fear dictate my actions. This time, I want to face everything with honesty and courage. I will never again break your trust with deceptive behavior, because I know now how sacred trust is. I know that without it, love cannot survive. My love, I am asking you from the depths of my heart, will you give me another chance? Will you allow me to show you that I can be different, that I can love you in the way you deserve? I cannot erase the past, but I can promise to build a better future with you. I will take responsibility for my mistakes, and I will never again let pride or fear blind me to what truly matters, us. You are the person I want to grow with, to learn with, and to love for the rest of my life. I don't want to let go of what we have, because I know how rare and beautiful it is. Please believe me when I say that my love for you is endless, and that I am ready to change, not with empty words, but with real actions that prove my commitment to you. I love you deeply, and I always will. You both don't want to lose each other, even if sometimes it feels like circumstances or mistakes have created distance between you. Deep down, the bond you share is undeniable. Since the very day your partner met you, you've lived in their heart and mind in a way no one else ever has. They find themselves replaying your conversations, reliving your laughter, and cherishing the smallest details about you. The photos of you that they've saved in their gallery have become a source of comfort for them. Each picture holds a memory, a reminder of what you mean to them, and a glimpse of the happiness they long to experience again by your side. Your partner sees you not just as someone they love in the moment, but as someone they want in their future. They believe with all their heart that you embody the qualities of a true life partner, someone who is loving, caring, supportive, and strong. They love being near you, feeling your presence, and sharing even the quietest moments together. For them, resting their head on your shoulder, being pampered by your affection, or simply sitting in your company is a kind of peace they can't find anywhere else. In your arms, they feel safe, cherished, and at home. On the surface, they may try to pretend that they're doing fine without you. They might act like life is moving forward normally, but inside, the reality is completely different. Their days feel empty, their nights feel longer, and their world feels colorless because you're not there. They miss the small things more than they ever thought possible, the sweet messages that brightened their day, the way you teased them playfully, the comfort of knowing you were just a call or message away. Without those things, life feels dull, and they are reminded constantly of how much happiness you brought into their life. Now, as time passes, they are beginning to see the consequences of their actions, decisions, or mistakes more clearly. They realize how much they may have taken for granted, and the weight of that realization is heavy on their heart. They don't want to keep living with this emptiness. They long to communicate with you, to open up and express what's truly in their heart. They want the chance to do things differently, to make things right, and to show you with their actions, not just their words, that they are willing to give their best to you and to the relationship. The truth is, they absolutely hate the distance that has grown between you. Being apart from you makes them restless, uneasy, and incomplete. They crave closeness with you, not only physically but emotionally too. They want to laugh with you again, to share their secrets with you, and to feel your love in the everyday moments that make life meaningful. The emptiness they feel without you has shown them just how much of their world revolved around your presence, your care, and your love. In their quiet moments, when the world slows down, they find themselves wondering what you're doing, how you're feeling, and if you still think of them too. This longing sometimes drives them to check up on you, to see if you've moved on or if they still hold that irreplaceable place in your life. They don't spy on you out of mistrust but out of fear, fear of losing you forever, fear of realizing that you may have already found peace and happiness without them. Deep inside, they desperately hope you still feel the same connection they do, that you still see them as someone worth holding on to. More than anything, they acknowledge that they are incomplete without you. No matter how hard they try to convince themselves otherwise, nothing feels the same without your love. Their heart keeps pulling them back to you, reminding them of the warmth you gave, the comfort you brought, and the way you made even ordinary moments feel extraordinary. For them, you're not just someone they love, you're their safe place, their confidant, their joy, and their dream for the future. Every single day, they wish they could turn back time, not to erase everything but to treasure you more, to show you more openly how much you mean to them. They dream of the chance to hold you again, to tell you how deeply they love you, and to rebuild the bond in a way that's stronger than ever before. Their heart aches to prove that they can be the partner you deserve, someone who is present, attentive, and committed. Though words may not always be enough, their actions now speak through their longing, their sleepless nights, their unshakable memories of you. They don't just miss the relationship, they miss you. They miss your laugh, your voice, your energy, the way you made everything brighter just by being there. They miss the way you made them feel, like they were enough, like they mattered, like they were truly loved. At the core of it all, their love for you hasn't faded, in fact, it has only grown stronger in your absence. The distance has shown them what their heart has known all along: you are irreplaceable. They don't just want you back for comfort, they want you because life without you feels incomplete, like a story without its ending. And so, with every passing day, they carry the hope that you'll allow them another chance, that you'll let them step back into your life, and that together you'll write the next chapter, one filled with more love, more understanding, and more of the beautiful connection that has always tied you together.